Welcome to the episode of Grow Through Your Grind, where we talk to people who are doing just that, growing through their grind. And today we have the one and the only, the queen of Shweet baby treats, Miss April. April, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me. And it's Shweet baby cheesecake and treats. And I just want to emphasize that because some of those treats may be cut out soon.
Understood. Do you like candles?
I love candles. I love candles.
Good, because we got some candles from Euphoric Sensations.
Wow. Okay.
So you can just...
Is it black owned?
Yes, it is black owned.
Okay.
You can smell the candles, tell me which one you want to light, and then we'll light it up.
Okay, excellent. First of all, I love the black jars. It's like elegance. Black
Yes.
love?
Yeah.
Okay, that's how we come in?
Yeah, the name's is crazy.
This smells amazing. Satin pillowcase, okay?
Yeah, you can't mess your hair up. Ladies gotta keep their hair, keep their do right.
And I'm supposed to pick one? Entanglement. Have you smelled this before?
Yeah, I like entanglement. Just the candle, not the actual.
Of course not.
Yeah.
Okay, let me sit this one over here for purchase. I ain't doing nothing about Saturday morning. It's like a falling for you. Yeah, because it smells like apples and cinnamon.
Falling for you. What's that one?
Eligible bachelor.
Okay.
If you're an eligible bachelor, I'm just saying that we can meet together on a Saturday morning. We can have an entanglement, and then we can have some black love.
Okay.
I will bring my own satin pillowcase.
Okay, look how she put that together.
Because I am falling for you.
Yeah, you a bad one. You a bad one.
Oh,
What's that one?
Man, that can we curse or
probably?
No, my mom's probably gonna watch this.
Don't curse.
My family, man, f that job. Oh my gosh, this just. I know you smell this, but you gotta smell it.
Yeah, I know that one. It smells clean.
It does.
It's
I feel like when I smelled it, I can just breathe a little deeper.
Okay.
Let me move it.
Okay.
Hit
different. That's that mango, I think.
Mango and coconut. Ooh, mango and coconut milk. Where's my pal? Sorry, y'all. So snatcher. This smells good. First of all, what I really like about these candles is, first of all, I love the presentation on it. I love that it's black. Euphoric Sensations. Love the black glass. It gives me like luxury, but I also love like the names. Like you can tell, like
the names is crazy. She's
current.
Very creative.
It's for the culture.
Yes, very creative.
It's
with the
fun.
names.
This one's Drunken Orchard. It smells good. Apples and maple bourbon.
Okay.
I may need to collaborate with Euphoric Sensations and bring a Drunken Orchard to a cheesecake or something. Apples and maple bourbon.
That sound dope.
Okay, I didn't spread these all apart.
It is all right. We is not tripping.
Who made the pie? Shweet baby cheesecake and treats made the pie. Okay, pumpkin caramel crunch. Do you say caramel or caramel?
Caramel.
Yeah, me too.
I say caramel.
Let's just hurry up and get there. It's like, let's just...
Yeah, I say caramel. I had to think about it.
Okay, so out of all of these, I think... Is it okay if I keep these over here so I know like my shopping pile?
No problem. We ain't trying about none of that.
Man, forget that job. It's probably my favorite.
All right, we're going to like that one then.
Wow. I love that one.
That. Yeah, shout out to Euphoric Sensations for the candle love. All right, you ready to jump into this podcast / show?
I hope so. I'm a little nervous.
No need to be nervous.
I'm not media trained.
Me neither. So the question is, where do you see yourself / your business in the next 5 to 10 years?
Ooh, you know what? I'm glad that you actually asked that question because I think that as a business owner, that's something that I probably should have thought about, and I have not, just to be honest. I'm sure we'll get into like my story, but I kind of just fell like into this and just been like running ever since. So I haven't really planned anything. So I'm just gonna say for like myself, 5 to 10 years from now, I'm gonna go with the 10 years. In my business, I
Yeah.
want to have a notable business, a business that gives back to the community, a business that is a refuge for women and children and people who need help. I used to think that I wanted a franchise, but I have recently learned that I do not. I just want one location.
Have everybody come to you?
Have everybody come to me. There's a black owned, I'm not sure if you would call it a bakery or a coffee shop, but it's called St. Ames in London.
AMES, Ames?
Like AIMES.
AIMES, okay.
And it's like family owned, 2 black girls, 2 sisters from Nigeria.
Dope.
Own it. And it's only one. There's only one.
And they popping.
They popping. Like, I go to the page all the time, and like, they don't even take regular walk-ins anymore. Like, you have to book if you want to.
For coffee?
No, like if you want to like rent it out or something. Well, not rent it out, but I guess like you know how you can go have lunch somewhere and reserve it? You have to reserve it.
That's crazy. That's popping though. That's what's up.
Yeah. I'm nervous, but yeah, I think I just want a landmark.
Okay.
But that's what I'm saying now. In 3 months I may change my mind. That's how entrepreneurship goes.
Yeah. You gotta go with the flow. Make the flow. In most circumstances, I'm sure that's what you did to get to where you're at now. You know what I mean? You carved your way out, found your way, and just jumped out there head first. I mean, look where you at now. You know what I mean? It's a successful business.
Thank you.
Seen recently that you're on DoorDash.
Yes.
Which is a goal to accomplish.
Yeah, it's a form of scaling for me.
Yeah.
So I'm not in a position right now to have my own storefront. I'm not in a position right now to be everywhere at once, even though the demand is high. So I figured partnering, it is a blessing. I figured partnering with someone like DoorDash would be great. And I chose DoorDash to start off with over other platforms for a few reasons. Like, one, I myself am a Dash Pass holder.
Okay.
So I pay like $10 a month because what I noticed is I live in the kitchen. I live in the kitchen. And most of the times if you're baking all day, the last thing you want to do is cook toast. So it's easier to just deliver food. So I found myself delivering food to the point where that $9 to $10, the $10 that I'm paying, it weighs out with all that I'm saving with the amount of times that I'm ordering food. And also because Pinky Cole has a an executive board position there.
Dope.
So
the Slutty Vegan, right?
Yes.
Dope.
I thought that'd be pretty cool to support.
So how long have you been when did you first start Shweet Baby Cheesecake and Treats?
Yes.
When did you first start it, and what made you jump out there into the entrepreneur field?
This is actually a great story.
Okay.
Some might say it's unbelievable, but I say it's miraculous. I actually did not know how to bake. I used to burn like the pull apart cookies, had no patience for baking. I'm actually not a patient person. God is working with me, and maybe that's why he brought baking into my life.
Okay.
I did have a dessert business in high school. I can't remember what it was called. Only one person ordered a cake from me. Shout out to Devin Qualls for being my first customer ever.
He said it was good?
It was amazing because I used to be the box cake queen. Like, I could take a box cake and make it moist. Now, could I make it flavorful? I mean, we're going to add a lot of frostings and stuff on that, but something from scratch, could not make anything from scratch. Used to burn the pull apart cookies. The cakes, to be honest with you, was probably hit and miss. But they was good in my house, so I still was clean. It was in my house. But I went to sleep one night, and I had a dream, like a literal dream.
What year was this?
This is 2020. So this is pandemic. I was a bartender at the time, and you know, with hospitality, we were the first to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, so kind of was just sitting at home on lockdown with everyone else,
Mm-hmm.
and went to sleep one night and had a dream that I could bake cheesecake.
Mm-hmm.
And although like I can't remember the details of the dream right now, I know that it told me to bake cheesecake, and this is pretty much going to be your way and your path. I woke up the next day and I bought my first baking pan.
Mm.
And I actually saw my back, Wayne. Shout out to Wayne. I saw her at the Ross. Okay, I love the Ross.
The shopping store?
Yes, just for less.
Ain't nothing wrong with Ross.
I used to work at Ross, but
Ain't
yeah, I
nothing
went to
wrong with
Ross and bought my first baking pan ever. And came home, didn't have a recipe, kind of threw some stuff together, and it was a cheesecake. And quit my job a month later after that.
Well, what job was this? The bartender job, or you had another job?
Right. Okay. Thank you. So I'm a hustler, right? By nature.
Right.
Don't know when it started, but it's in me. So I've always had two jobs since the age of 16.
Mm.
Like I've never just been one job.
Go get it.
So during the pandemic, or before the pandemic, I was working at a bar, and I was working at Ross, and I was working at another bar.
Mm.
So I actually would get up and go to Ross, I think let's start the bartender job. I would go to the bartender job at 4. I would get off at 11. I would go to my next bartender job from 12 until 4 a.m.
From midnight?
Mm-hmm. And then from 4 a.m. go to Ross at 5 a.m. and get out at 10 a.m. Go to sleep and start over. So, pandemic came. I had lost one of the bartending jobs before the pandemic actually hit.
Mm-hmm.
Hospitality staff went on hold. You know, we were gone. We were out of a job. And I still had the Ross job, but you have to remember, like, it was the pandemic. So at a certain point in the pandemic, everything shut down.
Mm-hmm.
So, eventually went back to work around August, and that's when I had the dream, in August.
Okay.
2020.
August 2020.
Mm-hmm. And was there for like a month, and then quit because I had the dream about cheesecake.
So you went through the pandemic thing. Finances was crazy.
Finances were amazing, blessed, and highly favored during the pandemic.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Because I had two jobs.
Right,
so I had two unemployment checks.
Ooh.
But I also, something that people don't know, which please do your research, and if I'm wrong, don't report me. But if you're on unemployment and you go work your job and it's under a certain amount of hours, you can still collect the unemployment check. So if you're working like under 15 hours, because what is 15 hours? Nothing. So you can get your paycheck from your job and you can still get an unemployment check. So at the time I was living with my mom. Shout out to my mom.
Shout out to the mom.
Shout out to my mom. And I just was saving everything. And just was able to, stack up. But I would suggest that if you're going to be an entrepreneur, stack up a little more before you quit like I did. Just don't.
How much you have stacked up? Or around how much, if you don't know precisely?
$4,000, which was a lot to me.
Yeah, $4,000.
Because, with bartending, money comes and goes. Like, especially in Atlanta. Like,
Fast.
You're flipping money. Like, you really blow a check and get it right back. Like, you're living almost like, not a celebrity life, but you're living a reckless life. Like, you're going out places to eat. You're out all the time.
All
not
the popping
thinking about
spots
it.
to
Yeah.
be at.
And then, being a bartender, you go around to support your other bartender friends. They come and support you. It's like, but that is one thing that I want people to know about money. Is that, and I got this from, I think his name is Marquel, but he said money is called currency because it's like currency. So like the currents in the ocean, what you put out, you get in. What you get in, you put out.
I agree with that too. I definitely agree with that wholeheartedly. Went from 3 jobs, went to pandemic hit, saved up $4,000. The other two, right around $4,000. Quit the job. Had a dream. on a Tuesday, let's just say Tuesday,
Going up on a Tuesday.
woke up Wednesday,
Mm-hmm.
say, yo, I'm done.
No. I can actually give you dates. I had the dream in August. I'm not going to say when, but it was like mid-August. Like, okay, that's almost the date, mid-August.
No, we'll take that. We'll accept it.
Literally mid-August. So, had the dream and then started like experimenting because I was shocked at first. So, I think the day after I had the dream, I made the cheesecake and then I broke that down and sold it. From that one cheesecake, and people liked it and they were asking for more, and then I had to like have like my coworkers, I would bring them cheesecakes that I would make because I can't eat it all and I need to taste the recipe, make sure I'm not crazy, like is this really cheesecake, y'all?
Right,
because I didn't know how to bake, so all of a sudden I'm making cheesecake for real. That's heavy. Make the cheesecake, break it down, sell it at work, and also I had started a cleaning business
during the pandemic.
Because at a certain point when all the jobs were on pause and me just being a natural hustler, always having 2 jobs, I'm not comfortable sitting at home doing nothing. And it's funny because I always say I'm not going to do anything with food because people don't play about their food.
Right.
So what is a skill that I can do? I always wish I could do hair. Like I can do my own hair to an extent.
Right.
And I always wish I could like girls that can do hair. Y'all are so dope. But like I always wish that I could do hair, couldn't do hair, and I was like, well, what is something that people need that you can do? It's cleaning. Like I'm a black woman. My mama don't play. I know how to clean. So I was like, well, that's disgusting, but it's also a little therapeutic because I'm making something clean and bleach kills everything. So put a mask on, put some gloves on, get to work, had that job. And so by the time the pandemic was over, but by the time I went back to work at Ross, this is like August, I was also cleaning because I started the business like April or so.
Right.
Then don't forget we got the stimulus check.
I didn't get one.
Sorry.
I didn't get my stimmy.
Sorry, I got mine. So yeah, so it probably was a little more than like 4,000, but around that much. I was taking advantage of a blessing because I remember at one point I was praying for that job at Ross.
Oh wow.
And I was showing up late. You know, I know they needed the help. It's the pandemic. It doesn't matter if I show up 2 hours. Y'all not gonna send me home. Y'all need me.
Oh, you definitely were taking advantage of it.
Taking advantage, but then it was like I started realizing I'm making more money not coming to work, and coming to work is prohibiting me from making the money.
Right.
So at first I was like, before I tested out entrepreneurship, I was like, with the cleaning business, honestly, y'all, like Ross was paying like $11 an hour, and it was 4-hour shifts. So if I can make $44 before I come to work, what's the difference? I'm charging like hundreds of dollars for cleaning houses. So if I have already made over hundreds of dollars, or people are calling me while I'm at work making $44, what's the point? So I was like, felt like I was taking advantage of that. My managers started eating the cheesecake. So it was like, yeah, you can do whatever you want to do. Just bring us some cheesecake.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And that's when I realized, I was like, you know what? I'm holding on to a job that somebody's probably praying for. Like I was praying for it. Like you don't need it. So October 1st is when I quit. October 1st is the last day I have worked for anybody other than myself. 2020.
October 1st,
and I know that because my birthday is October 2nd. And I didn't mean to not go back to work. I really didn't mean to not go back to work. But it's like the last day I was working was the day before my birthday. I had a couple of days for my birthday. And I never went back.
So you, August, you said mid-August, you had the dream. It's safe to say 2 weeks later, we'll say 2 weeks later, you quit your job and jump.
Have the dream mid-August. So from mid-August to October 1st, I'm testing out cheesecake recipes. Bringing them in, letting coworkers and everything taste it. But I'm also doing my side hustle of cleaning now, which is a full business. So I'm making more money cleaning than I am
at Ross. So October 1st was the last date you actually worked for anybody. You just jumped head first into the entrepreneurial field. And trusting yourself and depending on your grind, and
I guess that's what you call it.
Because like you said, you're a hustler. And it sounds like from the stories you told that that's exactly what you do and that's exactly who you are. So it's like, all right, bet. Like, I ain't gonna waste my time working for nobody else,
Yeah.
making $11 an hour, 40.
Yeah.
Like, we ain't doing that. I'd rather just
Just before taxes.
depend on myself. That's crazy. I'd rather depend on myself, jump out there, and just that's dope that you had the fortitude and the.
Wow, that's crazy you said that.
Why you said that?
That's this tattoo right here.
Fortitude?
I don't know if they can see it.
Get the fuck out of here. But that's dope though.
Wow.
That you had that faith in yourself, like, yo, I'm out of here. Because I'm making more money by doing my own thing.
Yeah.
And then with the house cleaning, and then with the cheesecake. And then I think it's just
Can I take that to a spiritual level really quickly?
Of course, let's take it.
So I like how you say, like, I moved out the way, because I don't think a lot of people understand. I prayed for that job at Ross, which means at one point I needed those $44 every day.
Mm-hmm.
And when I outgrew that, I left it so somebody else could come in.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter where you are in your life, if you're working at Ross, if you're a CEO of a company, or whatever it is you're doing. When you have grown out of that position, you need to move out of the way so that you can make room for somebody else to get their blessings. Like, you can't just hold and hog something. Like, that's not how currency, that's not how blessings work. So you have to know when to leave any situation.
I agree. That's dope. I like the way you put that together. What is the most you made in a month from your when you stop cleaning? You still cleaning?
I clean one person's house.
Okay.
One person's house, and that's more so of a relationship thing. Like, I consider her a mentor. I look up to her, and I also kind of take that as I'm always on the hustle. That's the one time I have to stop what I'm doing. I have to go somewhere and I have to do something else. So while I'm cleaning, I'm listening to podcasts. I am
Growth to Your Ground podcast.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm listening to.
Right.
And only that.
Right.
But yeah, I'm listening to podcasts. I'm listening to just different things that help motivate me. I'm in silence. I'm talking to myself. I'm coming up with new ideas. So sometimes you need to take that time off. But I guess, once again, being a hustler, there's no free time without money. Like, what
that's
is
your
that?
time to get away and get away and think and put two and two together and get
paid to do it.
Yeah.
And once again, have that amazing relationship with someone who I consider a mentor. She's like the best real estate agent in Atlanta, and I have my license, and I'm saying, like, I have a lot of friends in real estate. They're all the best, but like Kim, untouched. She has been consecutively the top 2 producer in her brokerage for like 4 years. And I think the only person who is getting number 1 is the person whose brokerage it might be. So
Kim ain't no joke.
Kim is no joke.
Kim bad girl.
Kim's a bad girl.
Bad girl. Go ahead, Kim. Go ahead, Kim. That's dope. So we went from the jobs. When did you go full in on Shweet Baby? And where did the name Shweet Baby come from? Because I know it's not sweet with SW. It's SHWEET. Where the name come from, and when did you go full-fledged in on Shweet?
So the name came from, ironically, me. So I guess when I was little, little kids can't pronounce stuff. I'm not quite sure you'd have to ask my mom this story, but somehow I was like something, the Shweet Baby. And like, there's a lot of little phrases I used to say when I was little that are now like family terms. You know what I'm saying? So Shweet Baby, like, my mom literally still calls me Shweet Baby.
Oh, that's dope.
To this day, if I called her right now, she's like, "Hey, Shweet Baby." So like, it's a way of making fun of the way that I used to say sweet. And it's catching. That's what I've learned. Originally I was like, should it be sweet? But I was like, no, that's what makes it different.
Yeah, unique. Stand out, where people gonna know. These ain't just regular sweets. This is sweet.
Right. When did I jump full force into it?
Yeah.
October 1st.
October 1st was the time? Was it that? Okay.
I quit my job. I had no other choice.
Yeah, but you were still cleaning houses. You still had a whole bunch of houses you was cleaning? Or you was...
But okay, so I don't really know how to answer that because once again, I've always had 2 jobs.
Right.
So even now, I only clean one day, but I still take on like private bartending events sometimes. Like working to me
still
and making
hustling.
money is fun. Yeah.
Right.
Kind of, yeah, still hustling in a way.
Okay, so what are the ups? A lot of tell me something good that happened, like some of the blessings that you got with your sweets. Like, let's go through a journey through the ups. Okay. Tell me the good stuff and the bad stuff that happens with this entrepreneurship with baking cheesecakes, which are awesome. Oh my goodness.
You.
And
absolutely
the rest of the sweets that made this appear.
Absolutely. Okay. So I think this is like a pivotal moment for me. This is something that I clearly remember. I will always remember.
Mm-hmm.
And it just changed the game for me. And after that, that's when I started like rolling. So I kind of was using Instagram, like, hey, your girl is selling cheesecakes. But you know, sometimes your friends don't know you for that. So like, what? They're not really paying attention to that.
Yeah.
So eventually you have to go out and meet people. My mom was like, go to Piedmont Park and sell cheesecakes. Don't go to Piedmont Park and sell cheesecakes because they're working out. They're getting active.
Good point.
So probably don't do that. So I walked to the park, had my little cart, my little cheesecakes, and asked everybody. And everybody told me no.
How many people do you think you asked? 20, 30, 40, 50?
It's going to be around 20.
Around 20
because
people?
after a certain point, I was like, oh, y'all not about to play in my face. Yeah, they broke me. Like, I was crying on my way to the car.
Aww.
And this guy saw me, and he was like, what's wrong with you? I was like, you want some cheesecake? He bought a cheesecake. And
what flavor you buy?
I can't remember. I cannot remember. Okay. But what I can say is, I'm a crier. I'm trying not to. Everybody told me no. But sometimes you really just need one yes.
Right.
Because that one yes was like, somebody wanted it. Yeah. So keep going.
Right.
So literally driving from that experience and one person buying cheesecake, I lived off of Bankhead. So I'm driving home and this barbecue truck was always there.
Right.
I just never paid attention to it.
Right.
The line was long. I never paid attention to this truck. And some reason on this day, I was like, go over there and ask him if you could sell cheesecake because what's the worst he could say? No. Literally, the entire park has already told you no. Like, what else can he say?
Right.
And I went up, looked at the menu, saw that it wasn't, he didn't have any desserts, and sent him a DM, and he was like, yeah, and that is Stan Andrews of Stan's Smoke Signal Barbecue, the best barbecue in Atlanta, period. He actually has rewards for it. He's been a great mentor teaching me things, but you know, like the ups and downs come literally just like that, one after the other, one after the other.
Because that was, you was up, like, yeah, I'm gonna go out, sell this cheesecake. You was hyped, you know what I mean? Spirits on 100. Then you go out there, unfortunately, they broke you.
They broke me.
Broke you a little bit. But then, in the same breath, X amount of minutes later, that one person told you yes, and that brought you right back up.
Yeah.
Like, oh, y'all broke me, but
change the game.
Not for long.
Change the game. I was able to sit out a tent next to his concession barbecue truck and set up my cakes.
What's the timeline from when you DM'd him? Because you DM'd him when you left.
The next week.
The next week.
The next weekend. I was out there. And that was Memorial Weekend of 2021.
Man, it was popping. You sold out.
Sold out. I was not prepared. I thought it was a game. You know, like, oh, okay. Sold out. And like every week I would sell out. Every week. Like, I can say that my customers from Bankhead are still customers. They're actually close like family now. Like shout out to Kelly, shout out to QP.
Beautiful.
You know, just shout out to like all my people on Bankhead. Shout out to my day one customer, Samira. Shout out to just everybody who's literally held me down since day one when the cheesecakes didn't look good. But they taste good, but they didn't look good.
They definitely taste good.
Yeah.
They taste good.
Thank you.
They taste good. That ain't even a question.
And it came from God, a dream.
That's crazy. That journey is beautiful.
And it's been so many more ups and downs since then. From being at Bankhead, he also allowed me to go to Six Flags with him. So I was in Six Flags Brews and Bites Festival selling my cheesecake in Six Flags. And those are the first days I realized like I can really, like, I know I've been doing it, I can really do it because I was selling out at Six Flags. And I raised my prices.
And that's almost coming up on a year from when you jumped out.
That was a couple months.
That was a couple months later.
Because...
Jeez, that was fast.
No. Yeah, that was a year after the dream because it was August, September. So that was a year after the dream.
The dream, yeah, that's what I meant.
And then from there, I still was at Bankhead, but then I got the opportunity to be a cake vendor in the New Black Wall Street Market in Latonia Stonecrest area. And amazing thing with that is I didn't have the money.
Right.
I still don't have the money. I ain't never had the money. But you just have to keep going. Like if you have something that you're supposed to do and you know that's what you're supposed to do, you have to keep going and everything will be provided for you. So I went there, found out how much it was going to be. Within a week I had the money thanks to friends.
How much was it?
It was $1,500.
$1,500 to get in there for how long?
It was for the first month's rent, last month's rent, security deposit, and something else. It was $1,500, but they needed it like right then. And
so you had to pay $1,500. You came up with $1,500.
Yes, thanks to crowdfunding, friends, support.
You gave it to the people, and that was just for first and second month. So that's 2 months.
First, last, security deposit. You know, it runs out.
Same thing.
But something happened.
Oh, what happened?
So it takes me a while to realize something has happened because I'm not expecting anything to happen.
Something good or bad, or just in general, it takes you
good.
Okay.
Like DoorDash. I'm shocked that I'm gonna be on DoorDash. Like
That's
it hasn't
beautiful.
happened to me yet. I haven't realized
That's
it.
beautiful.
But I finally realized, like, wow, I'm really gonna be a baker here. Like I really have my second location. Because I was still on Bankhead. This was my second location. And I don't have to sell it. Like, I can just take it, and people are selling it for me. I get a check from that.
You had to pay them? The people selling it?
They did take a commission.
Okay.
They did take a commission. But the day that I signed my contract to officially start the journey, I was heading home. I was listening to Marvin Sapp, Thank You for It All, in my own lane. Like driving in my own lane, doing my own speed, and all of a sudden, I don't know what happened.
Oh,
and then I know I'm breaking myself out of my car because it smelled like it's about to burn on fire.
Oh, shit.
And break out the car and realize that a car crossed over the concrete median and hit me head on. And I lost everything.
So, let me just... one so I can understand real quick. You went from $1,500, got the $1,500, went up there, gave these people your money, signed the contract, everything's beautiful. There you go again. You're up on the high again.
Yeah.
And then X amount of time later, hour later, 30 minutes later, 15 minutes later,
yes,
a car jumps the
concrete
median.
Yes.
And out of all the cars on the road,
out of all the cars,
decided to hit you.
Yes.
Head on.
Totaled my vehicle.
Totaled your vehicle.
Rushed to the emergency room.
Oh,
but God,
shit.
no broken bones, no
blessing.
Blessing. I do, have issues, back muscle issues, stuff like that. I went to chiropractic. Still need to go back. I need, honestly, to probably be in physical therapy, but I'm thinking of the bigger blessings. I'm alive.
First and
Because a lot of people
foremost.
see that accident. They see I was driving an SUV.
Mm-hmm.
For my SUV to have that much damage,
Mm.
that was only God that saved me.
Mm-hmm.
And then like I get really emotional because it's like everything with God is so intentional and so meticulous.
Mm.
Because had I sped up at the last minute,
Mm-hmm.
they would have hit me on my actual door.
Yeah.
I could have actually really been dead, paralyzed, so much more.
Right.
So for them to hit me in the front, do all that damage, I think I dragged the car. Because for them to hit me like this, I feel like I dragged it. Because by the time I got out, it was turned sideways. There were so many people who ran across the street, and like I saw everything. I was a witness. I can tell you exactly what happened. The crash was that sound was the most scariest sound I ever heard.
You probably didn't even hear the sound, did you?
All I know is I was thanking God for it all, and then I'm breaking myself out of the car, and it's like,
damn, how fast that shit turned around.
I remember my hand being on the steering wheel, and I knew it wasn't over. And I remember talking to God. Like I can't explain exactly what I was saying, but I just knew like holding the wheel for dear life, can't see anything, and just clenching and waiting for it to stop. So that was a down.
It was a down. That was a down. But then, like how fast you went from down and up, it was another transaction that fast. You went from a high, here you go, oh my goodness, I made it. That's my second location. I'm turned up, like, yes, thank you, God. Pulling your Marvin sack, you driving down the road. Out of all the cars on the road, they hit you, bam, brought you down. But then...
yeah, what? And then what?
It brought you right back up.
Did it? What happened next?
All these people running across the street. Oh, I seen I'm a witness. Ooh. You holding on to the wheel. You talking to God talking to you. And like, it could have took you out of here, but it didn't.
That's true.
It took you. Yeah, you ain't see it now at the time, but it went here and brought you right back up here again. You know what I mean? Just because things can always get worse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Things can always get worse. People could have been just pulling out their cameras like and not coming over to actually help you.
I hate that.
People actually jumped out the cars, you said, came and helped you. Like, no, it brought you back up. It was like bouncing a basketball.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, it brought you back up.
I never thought about that part in that specific story as a brought back up. So thank you.
Of course.
And thank you, God. I won't be ungrateful ever.
Of course. I'm gonna find the silver lining.
Okay.
In any situation, I'm gonna find the silver lining. I'm gonna find it. So, another question real quick. How do you, if you do, because it don't sound like you do, how do you separate home life and business?
I don't.
You don't?
I don't. That is something that I know I need to work on, but right now I'm single, no children. So what's my excuse?
Is it? Do you find that working on? Do you find that going to do that house once a week? You think that that's your break? Well, it is a break, but do you think that's your like separation?
All of my breaks.
Consistent.
I don't even know if it's intentional or not, but all of my breaks include money. So, like I say, I do private bartending as I choose to. I'm a certified mixologist. So I do take on events from time to time, and I feel like that's when I go to the club.
Right.
Because they're playing music.
Right.
Everybody is dancing.
Having a good time.
And I'm making the party turn up and turn up a little too.
Yeah.
And I leave there. I have had the greatest amount of time.
Good.
I've had some good food, some good drinks, and I got paid for it. But other than that, I do not. That's something I definitely need to work on.
Are you gonna work on that in 2023? Probably not, or yeah. Honestly.
Okay, honest.
Honestly, like, are you gonna make a conscious effort to just take? I ain't saying a week off, 2 days off, 3 days off, but like, an hour a day. Just block off from 7 to 8 o'clock. I ain't doing nothing. I'm gonna read this book from 7 to 8 o'clock every night. I'm gonna drink a glass of wine.
But is that really work-life balance, or is that just
no? It's not balance. It's not balance at all.
Right. No. If I get up and I read a book, that's still some type of enhancement for me to grow as like a business owner or something. Like when I consider like a break, I consider like a vacation. So I do travel from time to time.
Okay.
But like a break as far as like going out with friends or no. And this year I intentionally plan to not do any of that because I can't have any distractions because it's something so powerful about this year.
Grind mode.
I think this will be my third year, 2023. And it's something about the number 3. It's something about the number 3 that prepares you for the number 4.
Okay.
And go out for what?
You
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like what am I celebrating? And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. People see entrepreneur, and unless you are an entrepreneur, you know an entrepreneur. No, not even know an entrepreneur. Unless you are an entrepreneur, you don't understand.
Yeah.
You don't understand. First of all, April never has any money.
Right.
Because
all the money goes back into the business.
All the money goes back into the business.
That's right.
And I heard an interview with Dame Dash, and he was like, I don't consider it broke if all of my bills are paid for and my stuff is being invested in myself. It's just a matter of it flipping.
That's a fact.
So most of the time, April has like literally no money. Right. So going out for what? And then it's Atlanta. You know, they're taxing on everything. Parking, food, hookah, drinks, like everything. There's no need to go out, and if I don't have it like that, and I am such a giving person that when I do go out, I want to be able to get a section or, you know, just something low key and just like thank all my friends for being my friends in the moment that I wasn't a friend. Because it's hard to be my friend. I'm not around, you know? And my friends are always like, or no, some of the friends that don't understand are like, there's no way you can be baking all day, but there is.
No, it's definitely
And if I'm not baking, people don't understand solo entrepreneurship. I am the janitor. I am the kitchen prepper. I go to the grocery store and buy the items. Then I have to catalog it. I do my own marketing. I do my own outreach. Even when I do philanthropy, I still do the marketing behind that. I'm the contact person.
Everything.
I am everything. Like everything you would look at in a business. If you look at an executive board, president, CEO, vice president, custodian, secretary.
Down to the janitor.
Literally everything. Everything that you see has come from my mind. Which also means that when I'm not physically working, I'm thinking.
Right.
Leave me alone while I'm thinking, you know?
Understood.
But these thoughts are going to be worth millions one day.
Yeah, I agree.
It's just the work to put in it.
Yeah, you got to put in the work. You got to grind. You got to be willing to sacrifice something.
You got to grind on another level.
Yeah, that's a goal.
That's what you got to do.
That's the goal. You got to grind on another level. Since these prices are crazy on eggs and butter and everything that you need as a baker, I know you don't like it. But so now it's an increase. Since they increase, now you got to increase. How do you feel about that part?
So I'm gonna point out a couple of things. First, I'm gonna start with my blessing shout out. Then I will get back to prices needing to be increased. I want to say that when you are a believer, and my Bible verse that is for my business is Psalms 34:8. Taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed are those who trust in him. I never said I was going to be a baker, guys. Right. I never said that. My degree is in film and television productions. I did that. Real estate, bartending, like never, ever
wanted to be a baker.
Was it baker? God told me to do something. I'm doing it. I'm trusting in him.
That's right. That's
all I can do. Some days my faith, it wavers. I'm human.
Yeah.
But he always comes and reminds me that I'm his child, and if the birds don't want for food, like people don't, if the birds don't want for food, then what can he and will he do for you? I literally got a call this morning from Miss Kishibra Taylor, who told me I have 120 eggs for you. And I'm about to go to the store right now and get you some butter. What kind of butter do you need?
That's beautiful.
So when you're doing what you're doing, you're operating God. He's gonna take care of you.
Yo, that's dope.
And it's like you always get down to like your last egg, and the crazy thing is God gonna test you. Like, I want to see how you're gonna feel about this last egg. And I just been like, what is me stressing about this one egg? Is it gonna hatch and make other eggs? Like, there's nothing I can do. I'm gonna go to sleep if I get to go to sleep, and we'll see about this tomorrow. And to wake up today and somebody say I have 120 eggs. I just wanted like a dozen. 120 eggs and butter.
That's 10 dozen.
Okay. I'm not good at math, so thank you.
Yeah, I know them numbers. I know them numbers.
But back to like price increasing, I was never charging what I was supposed to be charging in the first place. So actually, I'm just now raising my prices to what they should be. And a part of that is because I felt like an imposter. Like, I'm not a baker. I'm not trained. I don't know.
You're cheating yourself.
I was cheating myself.
You're cheating yourself. You were stealing money from yourself.
Stealing. I like how you said that.
Yeah, you were stealing money from yourself, and it wasn't even going back in your pocket.
No.
Like, that's people need to learn or understand what this entrepreneurship life is about. Like, it's like when your friends, I'm sure your friends did it like, yo, let me get the hookup. No, I can't afford to give you a hookup right now. I can't right now.
My friends don't do that.
Beautiful.
My friends don't do that.
You got some dope friends.
Well, it took me a long time to figure out who my friends were.
That's a good point.
Who your friends are.
That's a good point.
You know, a lot of people make posts in 2023 of, some of y'all gonna find out y'all got cut out. My circle is still here. Because it took me a while to figure out who my circle was.
That's dope.
And one of the main reasons, or one of the main things of how I know now who is my friend, is when they don't get offended when they don't see me. I'm hustling. I love y'all. I love y'all immensely. I miss y'all. But in order for us, I have a famous phrase from me to my friends. We'll do it on the yacht. I've been telling my friends this for years. We'll do it on the yacht. We'll do it on the yacht.
Yeah.
In order for me to get the yacht,
let me get this right now.
For us to be on,
let me get this
I gotta get out here and hustle.
Yeah, let me get this right now.
Like, friendship with me it's gonna pay off in the end.
Right.
Like, when your kids are calling Auntie April, I need $6,000 for horse camp, even though Auntie April just gave you $1,000 last month for art camp.
Right.
Sure, baby.
Right.
Here you go.
Right.
Like, things like that are gonna pay off in the end. Like, family and everything. It's just like right now, grind mode, and something that is so it's anxious is when people are asking me, where have you been? Where are you? This and that. Like, I can't deal with that. And the people who are my friends, they get it.
They understand.
And they
That's
support
beautiful.
it. And they support.
That's the dope thing, that your friends actually support, and not, because a lot of people.
My friends believe in me more than I believe in myself sometimes.
You know what?
Sometimes, actually,
I believe.
Let me tell you, when I knew it was time to increase my prices. I knew it was time to increase my prices when my customers told me, you need to be charging us more. My day ones. You need to be charging us more. Coquithia, my twin, Roselle Fan, you need to be charging us more. Carla, this cake needs to be $9 and up. And I'm like, what? And you know what's funny? And I've heard it said a million times and just did not believe it. When you have your stuff priced too low, people think, what's wrong with it?
That's a fact.
I was selling cake for $5 over at Bankhead. Some people would pass. You know, some people support, some people pass. It wasn't until one day, Mrs. Stan got out the truck and walked somebody over and was like, you need to buy some cake from her. And they was like, oh, okay. I thought she bought it from the store. I'm like, no, I bake this cake fresh every day. Like, to the point where
and not out the box. Nothing out the box.
I was selling on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. No, nothing out the box. Like, even my own pudding. I make my own pudding for the banana pudding.
Damn. I wish I liked banana
I
pudding.
don't make the Oreos, guys. But I'm working on it. I just need to get some Dutch cocoa powder. I'm working on it.
That's crazy.
But yeah, nothing out the box. And it's like, people really thought that I had just went to Walmart, sliced up a cake, and was trying to sell it. I'm like, no, I make this cake from scratch. I was selling on Saturday and Sundays. So most of the time, and don't ask me how I did it because I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
The last day that I would sleep would be Wednesday morning
Of this week.
of the week.
Mm.
And I would not go to sleep until Sunday evening. And these are true stories. Like, I hope people believe me, but like, I was not going to sleep. And then if I did, it was like an hour nap in front of the oven on the kitchen floor so I wouldn't get comfortable. Or
Damn.
I did have friends, Rashida and Amber, who would come and help me. And Amber can testify to you and say that she had to help me. And even my mom can like witness, I would sleep in 15-minute increments.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sleeping 15 minutes. I'm waking up. I'm getting up, switching cakes out, switching pans, prepping, going, catching a little nap for 5 minutes, waking up. Like a full sleep. I would not sleep from Wednesday morning until Sunday evening. I don't recommend it.
Yo, your passion. If this passion, just the passion,
Is
you
it
can hear the.
Or am I just crazy?
A little bit of both. This passion, matter of fact, this passion is crazy,
Yeah.
but not crazy in a bad way.
You have to be insane.
That's the sacrifice that you're giving up.
Yeah.
That's why I know that this is going to blow up and be super duper successful, because you have to give up something in your life that means something to you to get to that next level.
Oh, really?
And you gave up on your sleep.
Give up my sleep.
You gave up on not I can't say give up.
My home.
Your car. You lost your
on my
car.
mom's couch. Slept on. I was living in a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom in Atlanta, and based on the accident and just things not working out, I lost my home. Like I wasn't evicted. Once again, that's how good God is. A church had paid my rent for June of 2022.
Mm-hmm.
My lease renewal was coming up in July. Mm-hmm. And it was at that month that I was like, I gotta bow out. Mm. But it was lease renewal, so I didn't have to get evicted. I didn't have to cut my lease.
See how things work out, man. That's what I'm saying. These ups and downs, you be down for a hot second. And it's just right back up.
This candle
it's hitting.
Smells really good. I feel all relaxed. What is it?
Hitting. Man, F that job.
Period.
Man, F that job. And you said that too.
Yeah.
What has been and what is your favorite part about Shweet Baby?
So I don't have children yet, but I would guess that it's like the same feeling of seeing something come from nothing and then come into fruition and grow. So I think that's my favorite part of like really like me myself knowing that 89, and I'm being real generous, it's probably more % of the time I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just doing it.
In what way? And you mean like the whole process?
Whole process.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm doing. The fact that the business is growing, I don't know how it's growing. The fact that I'm keeping up with demand, I don't know how I'm doing it. The fact that I was able to go from Wednesday to Sunday with no sleep, I don't know how. The fact that I was able to lose everything and get into a shared commercial kitchen and start baking, I don't know how. The fact that people are hearing about me, I don't know how. Like, I actually have this is crazy, I have my second magazine interview this month.
Go ahead.
I had the first one January of last year. This month somebody was like, hey, we heard about you. I'm like, what? Me? Me? Boss? So I think that's my favorite part of like, and J. Cole, one of my favorite rappers, in this song, he says, he's talking to somebody else, and he's like, I'm going to enjoy watching y'all get it, since I didn't get to enjoy my own process. Because when you're in your own process,
you're too busy.
You're too busy. You don't get to enjoy it. You don't see what's happening.
Nope.
You don't. It's like
Nope.
I would guess like a child. Like you see them growing every day, but I assume like one day you just wake up and be like, whoa, I have a whole teenager now.
Yeah, they do stuff. You like, yo, was you even doing that yesterday?
My business has a personality.
I believe it.
It's like it's separate from mine.
I believe it.
And I don't know how that happened.
I believe it. To answer all those questions, you don't know how this happened. You don't know how that happened.
I mean, God, of course. But...
It's a mirror right there. You see the mirror right there? You see the person looking back at you?
You got me.
Do you see the person looking back at you?
Wow, you really got me.
That's the reason why.
You got me.
To every question that you said, why? Because of that person looking back at you. It's all you and God. It's that fortitude that you got on your arm.
Yeah, ironic, right? Before the business.
That Psalms that you got.
Yeah.
Is you. It's in you. It was made for you to do.
Yeah.
Your vision is just that. It's your vision. We don't have to, and we as everybody on the outside, don't have to understand your vision, because God didn't give it to us for us to understand or for us to see. As long as you understand your vision, as long as you keep going on with this beautiful mission that you're going on, like your story is crazy and amazing and it's truly beautiful. As long as you keep doing that, it don't matter.
And you know what's funny?
You're the reason why.
Wow, thank you. You know what's funny? When you look back in hindsight, you start to see how God has prepared you for everything. So cake has actually always been a big part of my life. I love cake. That's why I wanted to know how to make cake. Like cheesecake came to me in a dream. Cake is something that I pursued once, because I was like, well, if I'm gonna make cheesecake, I'm not paying for another cake anymore.
Nah, never.
So I remember on one of my jobs when I quit, I presented my 2-week notice on a cake. The cake said, this is my 2-week notice. I used to tell people all the time, like, oh, I don't do drugs, I do cake. Anybody got any cake? So it's like to look back and see like how many times, like me and my mom, I'm an only child. My dad passed away, so that's my best friend. And she always tried to, thank you, but he's another angel of mine, always looking out for me, guiding me, protecting me, keeping me safe.
Right.
But she never wanted me to miss out on anything, just have our close moments, which is why we're so close. And in like certain grades, she would drop me off at school. We would get there early and she would pull out slices of cake and we would have like tea parties in the car. So she would have like warm tea in the thermos.
In front of the school?
In front of the school, yeah. I was just, waiting like, school don't start yet. We just got here early, have some tea and cake. And then also,
shout out to moms again.
Shout out. We would have a fake birthday like every other week because my mom loves cake too. So we would go to like Sam's.
Y'all finding reasons to eat cake.
Yes. Yes. And have
I'm making up reasons to eat cake.
It's your birthday this week. It's my birthday. It's crazy. My mom actually had like some medical thing. She was diagnosed with cancer, but through God, she beat it. That's right. But one of her after effects is now she has a gluten intolerance. And now I can make gluten-free cake and gluten-free cheesecakes because I want her to enjoy the things that she loved as well.
Beautiful.
I can't make it though because the cakes don't stay in the house that long.
Yeah, it sounds like you be flipping them and moving them, slicing and man, that's dope. The story is crazy.
Thank you.
Crazy. Well, I want to wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you.
In your journeys and your endeavors. All right, I got some questions for you.
Okay.
Right, this is like a little lightning round.
Oh, so this is fun.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all something. I love games.
Yeah.
Like even if I say I'm not coming, if you say it's game night, I may be like, all right, hold on, let me put this cake in the oven. Let me wrap it up real quick, and I'm not asleep tonight.
Yeah, let me do this real quick.
I'm gonna come over to the games. So I love this.
All right. It's either one or the other.
Okay.
All right. Drums or flats?
Flats.
What's your childhood nickname?
Peaches.
Okay. Favorite city to visit?
U.S. or?
Don't matter.
So, like, one of my dream destinations was Dubai. I did have the blessing to be able to go to Dubai, and I've been trying to go back ever since.
That's your favorite place to visit?
I assume so. I'm not sure.
That's
Y'all haven't visited
dope.
so many. Like, I haven't visited the world. You
I
don't
mean,
know
places
the
that
world.
you know that you've been. Not.
I guess I would say my favorite place in the world is the ocean. It doesn't matter what ocean.
You just want to see some water.
I just want to. I have the ocean is very spiritual to me. It's very cleansing.
Mm-hmm.
I love the ocean. But I guess I am gonna say shout out to Detroit. What up, though? Because my family, my mom, West Side, Detroit.
Right.
So that's always been a favorite U.S. city of mine to go visit. Just linking up with family and
beautiful.
Yeah.
All right. Club or bar?
Question. Because I'm out the mix.
Yeah.
What is a club? Like music and people all around?
Yeah,
In a bar, I'm sitting at the bar?
Yeah, like a club is like Visions or I ain't been out so long.
Okay. Okay.
Compound. Like that's like a club.
Bar.
Bar is like smaller, not that many people in there. Bar. All right. Hot or cold?
Hot.
You like cooking or ordering in?
Cooking. That's actually my first love. I thought it was gonna be something with cooking. So I'm thinking about I'm thinking about this year, like maybe doing like some like little reels and vlogs. It's just like me cooking, because I don't think people know that I knew how to cook before I knew how to bake.
Would you rather be drunk or high?
Actually, I think my family's gonna be watching this, so I have not participated in any of those things.
Good answer. Great answer.
Thank you.
Blue cheese or ranch?
Ranch. Stop playing that mode. Like, get it out of here.
What's your favorite wing flavor?
I'm from Atlanta, so do you know what like our classic flavor is?
What's that?
Like, do you know?
What Atlanta flavor is?
Mm-hmm.
Probably lemon pepper.
Hot with lemon pepper sprinkles.
That's my shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's my shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's my shit. What's your favorite dish and your favorite dessert?
Like food dish?
Yes.
I can't say dish. I'm gonna have to say soul food. So I'm like greens, beans, potatoes. Like yeah, I need dressing, fried green tomatoes, cabbage, collard greens, yams. Ironically, or not ironically, but surprisingly, shockingly, I don't like macaroni and cheese, but I can make it really well. And then my favorite dessert, people would never guess this from me.
What's that?
Peach cobbler.
Okay. Money or respect?
First you get the money, then you get the
power.
Let's see. Money or respect? Because they both go hand in hand, honestly, because people tend to respect people with money. But at the same time, I'm gonna go with respect, because don't play with me. And I won't play with you.
Family or friends?
And family, cut it off right now. Friends.
Because you can pick your friends.
Pick your friends.
You can't pick your family.
You can pick your friends. You cannot pick your family. And sometimes your friends are more loyal than your family. And I'm not going to say I've had any problems with my family, but I guess because my family is in Detroit and I'm here, I'm from here, like I just go visit family in Detroit. I haven't been raised to be as close because I didn't grow up in Detroit.
Makes sense.
So friends, my friends have my back. I'm an only child, so I get to literally choose and build my family.
Okay. Would you rather be loved or feared?
What's the difference
between loved and feared?
Yeah, because don't we fear God because we love him? And I fear my mom because I love her, but I think that's like another respect kind of way.
Yo, I never really put it like that. That's dope.
I don't want anybody like scared of me like Debo. But if you love me, then you will fear how what you do affects me.
I'm gonna leave that right there.
Thanks.
You did that one.
Thanks.
3 words to describe yourself.
Ambitious. Persistent.
Definitely.
And we'll just leave the other one blank because it's always changing, as I'm evolving. So maybe evolving, ambitious.
There you go.
Evolving and
Persistent.
persistent.
What about 3 words to describe your business?
Luxury.
Mm-hmm.
Moist.
Mm-hmm.
For the people.
I want to say delicious too.
Thank you.
All right, last question. What do you want your legacy to be? What do you want your legacy to be?
Legacy.
Yeah.
When the day comes that the legacy starts, I want people to know that I tried.
Mm-hmm.
I never stopped. Somebody literally had to tell me no. And I looked at them and said, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I want philanthropy to be something huge that people remember me for. So like in this upcoming year, I actually am linking up with the old recreation center I used to work with.
Dope.
And I'm going to be able to teach a small group of girls, maybe like 12 girls, do an intimate baking class. I'm always giving back. I am a big advocate for suicide awareness and prevention.
Mm-hmm.
With my real estate license, I want to help our communities fight gentrification
Mm-hmm.
and build up our businesses in our neighborhoods. So I just, whatever that can be,
Mm-hmm.
that's how I want to be remembered. I want to be remembered as loving, funny, kind, caring, someone that was motivating and motivated.
Dope. Beautiful. Well, over here, you always got a home here. So in 6 months or a year, I'm gonna leave it up to you.
Okay.
I'm gonna need you back on the show.
Oh.
We want to check your progress and see how things been from today until.
You know what?
Either 6 months. I'll leave that up to you.
I want to do 6 months.
6
because
months.
I want to challenge myself to see all that I'm going to accomplish. Because I said this year, this is my 3rd year in business, going into 4. 6 months is halfway mark.
Yeah.
I want to see where I am, how far I challenged myself.
We'll see you in 6 months.
We have some big things coming.
We'll see you in 6 months.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate you. I really do. I just, wanted to wear my gold hat and, my gold pants because I really, honestly, truly believe in the company. I believe in the phrase, grinding on another level. That's what I do every day. And people don't know, like, one of the ways I got started is, or continue to thrive or grow is, I would bake cake, put it in the car, and just go drive somewhere, anywhere, I don't know where, and stop and get out and ask anybody who was breathing if they would buy a piece of cake. It didn't matter where I was. I walked into so many crazy places. And I always had on a gold shirt, and they would always say, especially the men, yo, I love your style, because that's exactly what you're doing, grinding on another level. So this brand right here, it motivates me every day. And I just wish so many people I want everybody to have something gold, grinding on another level, because it means so much to me personally, because it motivates me, because in order to get somewhere we've never been, you have to grind on another level.
And I'm gonna close this out by saying this. Things are only hard because you ain't never did it before. That's the only reason why things were hard.
That's true.
It was hard for you to ride a bike till you learn how to ride a bike. And then, leave that alone. It was hard for you to know your ABCs, your addition, and all that until you started it. It's only hard and difficult when you don't know what you're doing. When you find out what you're doing, it's easy. It's easy. So that's how you know you're going to the next level, because shit is hard right now. It's hard right now. But then once you learn it and know what you're doing, you look back 2 months from now, you're like, yo, that shit was easy.
Yeah.
That was easy. I was tripping. I want to thank April for being a guest on the Grow Through Your Grind podcast, where, as you can see, she's growing through her grind. Her relentless grind was crazy. And I appreciate your grind. I appreciate your message. I appreciate the way that you hustle. Like, your fortitude, once again, is crazy. And we'll see you again in 6 months, April.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me, truly.
Of course, anytime.